right, GM. I was able to sneak away for just a little bit to keep the streak alive. You probably hear the exhaustion in my voice. But we are back for the 73rd consecutive episode of Wonky Weekly Alpha. This is Kaleo speaking. I unfortunately do not have my second phone with me, so I can't get both of them up and running and do it from the other account. But we are hosting it from this one. It's going to be a nice, chill, laid-back space. So if you guys want to go ahead and join the stage with me, go ahead and hit that request button. Keep the vibes going. We'll give it just a second for a few more people to hop in. And we'll talk about everything going on the past couple of days in the market and also the past couple of days just in general with what's happening with everybody outside of that. So we just vibe. We vibe harder. That is what these stonks are, the literal roadmap for the Wonky Stonks. So yeah, thanks again for coming. Thanks again for the patience of not having this yesterday. But you know, if you've been around for all 73 episodes, you know, there have had to have been a couple of days that we have had, you know, like either a Saturday, Thursday, even a Sunday type of space to be able to keep the streak alive. But one way or the other, we are here. We are back. So yeah, appreciate everybody hopping up on stage. Let's go ahead and go kick it over to Pick God. Pick God, what's going on, my man? All right, we'll kick it over to Lander.
Yo, what's going on? Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. Hope you're enjoying your Camp Calio.
Yeah, I appreciate
just at the
it,
driving
man.
range. Got my driver's license renewed this weekend. It's been a few months. It's been expired. I've been taking my passport to bars. About to hit the gym. But, yeah, that's about it.
Dude, I completely sympathize with that. I had lost my driver's license on my birthday, and it took me like a month or two to be able to go back and go through the process of getting it renewed or getting the copy made. And yeah, dude, I had to do the exact same thing everywhere I went.
You just get super messed up and lose your wallet?
You know, I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but one way or the other, I don't think that I got to, like, one way or the other, I lost the ID and, you know, ended up having to go a month or two, the same situation. So I respect that.
It is annoying.
It is, man. It is.
Yo, Lander, what happened? You lost your ID?
It just expired, and I did the thing online, so I still had a technically valid driver's license, so if I got pulled over, it wouldn't be a massive deal, but I just never actually went and got the physical ID done, so I did that today.
Well, you know, I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you for getting that taken care of.
I appreciate it.
Sounds like you're more on top of it, even if it's only a month or two. It's more on top than I was. I had nothing to show for that time. Dudek, what's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Just been you know, excited about all the crypto news that's been coming out over the past week. It's been a great time.
Yeah, man. Dude, that was so difficult watching that happen, testing my patience as I'm driving over to camp. You know, like it had been a couple hours since I checked my phone. I looked down, I had all these notifications, and I looked at TradingView and saw everything exploding. And I was like, of course, the day that I cannot be available is the day that, you know, one of the biggest settlements, one of the biggest news pieces that we've had over the past several years breaks. But either way, man, it was super, super exciting seeing that, you know, just, I think the best word for it is almost vindicating seeing Gary lose that case.
Oh yeah. I mean, not only that, I've hated Gary Gensler for so long just because of his, you know, stances against the crypto industry. And then I'm not sure about how many other people, you know, in the spaces were signed up with John Deaton for that class action against the SEC, but I was one of them. And, being a part of that and then just seeing this happen, it was so vindicating, like you said. I was just so happy.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I still haven't had the time since I was on the road over to camp, and then once I got there, I really didn't have much. Like, I basically, we've got a little bit of free time right now, and I told myself that I have to escape for just a little bit to be able to get this out there. But outside of that, really don't have much time to get on the phone at all over here. So I still haven't even read the full details of everything. Just looks like the SEC fully lost that case as far as XRP being classified as a security, which has huge implications across the market. I tweeted that out. As far as like long-term bullishness, that is 10 times more bullish for me for this industry in general than any ETF getting approved.
Yeah. I mean to follow up on that, the only thing that they found was really a sale, or so what the judge was doing was looking at all of the specific transactions of the XRP sales. And so the institutional sales, to hedge funds or to larger companies direct from Ripple to them, those sales of XRP were classified as unregistered securities. But then essentially all the secondary sales are not sales of securities. And she specifically said XRP in itself is a digital token and not a security. And then the only reason why she couldn't really comment on all secondary sales is because that an individual could, go on the open market, collect a whole bunch of XRP, and then package that up as a contract and, give yield to another person, therefore using it as a security or packaging it as a security. So what she did was just like clarify all of crypto space in a way, because, that's how a lot of us view, these tokens as, commodities or virtual currencies, or just something that in itself isn't a security, which is what the SEC was really claiming.
Yeah, it's an awesome rundown, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, hearing that right there, hearing them specifically say that it is a digital token and not a security, any type of framework that they are giving toward defining what is or what is not a security in this space is bullish long term, right? And especially for having a larger project like that, and you've got an SEC chair that is trying to have basically everything outside of Bitcoin declared a security in the crypto space. I mean, that's a huge win for the industry as far as what can and can't be worked on here. You look at a company like Coinbase, and obviously, Coinbase popped with this because Coinbase, a big part of what they are fighting right now is the same battle that XRP did, just on a multifaceted front, right? Like the fact that they are selling, quote unquote, as Gary would call them, unregistered securities. But, you look at XRP, and XRP, they already did remove a while back as far as anything being able to transact with it. But, they've got a bunch of other tokens that were there in that same type of basket. And I think that this really does just, I don't know if precedent is the right word, but, in a sense, I think that it does give a lot more validation toward Coinbase's side of the argument going into this case.
Oh yeah. I mean, I 100% agree with that. All the quote securities that the SEC claimed that they were, selling on their platform, I think they were saying, Filecoin is a security. There's a handful of others, but this definitely just destroys, the SEC's argument on that particular topic. And I think what they're really doing now is arguing whether or not their yield product, the yield that they offer on staking services, the SEC's really trying to come down on that particular product. And that's a super complicated issue, because you have both sides saying, okay, well, if it's custodial staking, then it's kind of a security. But if it's non-custodial staking, then technically it wouldn't be a security. because, someone could have access to their private keys and then, remove those funds essentially and have control over the staking, but using Coinbase as a platform. So that's going to get a lot more nuanced, I think. But I mean, all I'm saying is the judge, even in that case, just was very angry with the SEC. If you look at the transcripts that were released today, I mean, the judge was not happy with the SEC at all.
And I cannot wait to read and dive into this more. There are a lot of cases that get thrown out there that I want to dive into from some type of, angry perspective. Like whenever the SEC did sue Coinbase, right? And, you go down the list of all the other negative type of cases that are out there, but something this positive, I can't wait to go through and just dive in and host some spaces next week whenever I get back about this more in depth. Because again, my biggest thing is even right now, if it's not like the biggest short term price boom across everything, it just opens up doors for so much more development and opportunity that I don't want to say frictionless, but it takes away a big point of friction as far as a lot of growth avenues in the US. Because right now, you look at it, like the joke right now is that the FUD for Bitcoin and the FUD for crypto in general, this cycle has been the SEC is regulating. Like, it used to be China is banning Bitcoin or China's doing this or that. Like this cycle, it's been the SEC is regulating or somebody's insolvent, right? Like those are the two narratives. And, really tackling one of them is huge. And I don't, even if it's not a full win yet, showing that they can be beaten and showing that there is some, like overreach by the SEC in this. I mean, it's huge. It just opens up so many doors, and it hypes me up. And the funny thing is, looking back on it, there were so many people there at the very beginning, whenever XRP was first entering into this, that they were like, "Oh man, XRP, haha!" Like, I hope they lose. But it became more and more clear as all these other cases came about the past couple of years, like XRP has to win this, right? Like XRP is fighting for the industry. So they won, man. And I almost feel like it's a narrative shift in a way.
Oh yeah, yeah, it definitely is. And then also I don't know, I think there's just a lot of misunderstanding about, XRP, Ripple, and just their connection and how they're distinct. And what I just disliked over the years was, how BTC maxis and ETH maxis would just, condemn Ripple, condemn, people who, support XRP and the XRP ledger. And just now, there's that vindication, but also, like you've said, there's just this point of clarity saying that the SEC can be beaten. That's, because of Ripple and their efforts and the millions of dollars they spent. So all the maxis just hating on hating on XRP and Ripple and then the community, you should be thanking them now, because now we have this, we've brought in the reins on the SEC, and then now it just opens up for a lot of other people who want to issue tokens. So my question to you, Clay, is when Wonky token?
I mean, hey, honestly, it's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, if there is some type of strong, reasoning within the framework for this is something that can add utility, be distributed in a fair manner, and, something that actually can add value to the project, then I wouldn't say that it's an impossibility, right? Like one of the things that I have always wanted to do with this project and everything with LedgArt in general is just, always err on the side of caution going into everything, as far as, making sure that the project is about the art and about the community. But hey, there are no plans for anything with a token right now. But again, at the same time, I think that this type of case does really open up that opportunity to really start to think more seriously down those lines of, hey, is there something that really could add to the overall intrinsic value of this ecosystem down the road, right? So I wouldn't say that it's an impossibility at this point. And like that's a huge leap for me right now as far as my train of thought going into this. But at the end of the day, my whole thing with the stonks are like the stonks are about the art, they're about the history, they're about being different. And like that's still I think the key value proposition for this now. But like, dude, looking at like everything with that XRP and the way that the stonks have been distributed and the way that the stonks have like done everything past that leaves zero shadow of a doubt in my mind. There's no possibility that the stonks themselves could ever be considered a security, right? Like the way that they were distributed, the way that everything went, like there's no way, right? So like it just in general, I think even for the NFT side of things, you look down a lot of these different projects. I still think there are a lot of projects, do very security-esque ish things. But you look at a lot of others and you're like, man, yeah, like it's bullish for the space. It really is. Whether you're talking about NFTs, tokens, whatever else, like, dude, next cycle is going to be fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. And one thing I would say about, the Wonky Stonks is like if you look at just everyone within, the spaces now, you can see so many different, PFPs and artwork that they're highlighting, just showing you like, Wonky Stonks is a community of communities, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, man, I agree. And, it almost goes back to like Yakimet and Cube and some of those guys that have done all the mashups and just kind of integrated the background with other PFPs really has almost made them kind of this glue between a bunch of different communities as well, which, is something that, again, talking about the unique aspect of it, I still just think there's so much opportunity for growth for this project as the next cycle continues to develop and mature. And again, looking at what is happening right here, dude, this opens up so many doors for growth within this industry that as we're talking about all the different people that are going to be brought into the space with this, having a voice, having a presence, having a historical project that has significance and relevancy going into another cycle, man, like the opportunities are boundless for a collection. When you talk about 80, like sub 10K pieces, how many people are going to join this industry throughout that period that, have that type of desire to look for that type of a project? And, I like, that's when I talk about just kind of the idea of, maintaining a pulse, maintaining activity, maintaining consistency, even like sneaking away right now from camp to keep this space going. It's all for that type of vision, right? Is maintaining something like that you can point back toward whenever that growth cycle does happen. I mean, look at any token, right? Whether it's Bitcoin, ETH, any other altcoin that has experienced explosive growth down the road, there's this period of dormancy where everything is kind of flat, sideways, does whatever for a long period of time. And the growth that happens, it unfortunately, like in this space, it doesn't typically operate like the stock market where everything is just, like 45 degrees up and to the right, like slow and steady climb. Like this is one of those things where it is basically when it happens, you get vertical growth. And I think it's about surviving until that. And I really, really, really think that everything with the stonks right now, like, we're in pole position for that whenever, whenever that next wave does come about. Lumber, what's going on, man?
Hey, good to hear your voice, and not much. Just ready to give away a few stonks today for sure. This is it, Kaleo. This is the end of the run.
Wait, Lumber. Remember what I talked about last week, though? I know you said you wanted to give away 3 this week, but I think it'd be a good idea if you were planning on giving away 3 this week instead. Give away 1 this week since it's a really small space, and then when I can get back on the Kaleo account, like this next week for next week's spaces, give away the 2 that you have left.
Okay, I'll do that.
Just to be able to open it up to a bigger audience for the next round. If you're okay with that. But I mean, dude, you're Stonks. You can do whatever you want.
No.
If you want to do it right now, you do it right now.
That was the plan. I kind of forgot that, but that was a plan. We were gonna give away the 2 the next week, but we'll give 1 away today for sure. And I don't know how you want to do it.
I was gonna say, you got anything in mind with how you want to do it?
I don't know. Do you have anything in mind?
Oh man, if I could give 1 away to be able to get 30 more minutes apiece from these kids, then I would do that. But I don't know. Let me think, man. Let me think. I've got about 10 more minutes left.
Okay, hey, I've got
this space.
I've got this question, this little trivia thing from the last few weeks we never did. I'll do it and see if it gets done. If not, no one gets it.
Okay.
Within the 10 minutes or whatever time you have, we'll just roll it over. On 6/21/23, I tweeted out something, and there's a stonk with it, or there's a stonk, I think there. Who is this quote from? Who is this? What band lyric is this song from, and who's the singer?
And hey, you can submit your answers by clicking on that comment button in the bottom right corner, the little, the comment bubble.
And I've been tweeting out like little one-liners for months, and I usually, they're quotes or something, or they're like little lyrics from songs. And so who is this band, and what's the name of the singer? Good luck. Kaylee, are you still there?
Oh, I'm here. I thought you were gonna say what the band was.
No, they have to tell me that. They have to go find the lyric. I gave a date on which I tweeted 6/21/23.
Okay. So you got to go through Lumber's tweets on 6/21/23, and you've got to find a lyric that he tweeted and comment with the band. The first person that can do it, comment in that bottom corner, and you will win a stonk from Lumber. I like it. Make people do a little bit of work.
And, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, otherwise, would I just pick a fellow down below or something? I don't know.
Neb, what's going on, man?
I will say, I did just scroll to 6/21/23 on your Twitter, and I am not seeing anything relating to quotes or music.
Yo, I think I have it. Can I give it a college try here?
You can do it. Crow, what's going on, man?
There it is.
What's up, brother?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, Neb, but remember how you got to submit with that bottom right corner bubble. Oh, somebody might have just beat you. Neb, you might have fumbled the bag, man. You got your hand up, though. I'll let you speak, but I think, let's see, the submission was from Harvey. In this moment, Blood Lyrics. Is that correct, Lumber? Am I rugged?
No, I hear you.
No, that's not right.
Okay. We've got a second submission coming in. Pick God, The Real Thing by King Absurd. Is that right?
The band, that's the wrong band.
Oh, man. Okay. So, Neb, if you want to submit it, bro, you got to click that little bottom comment bubble. I don't know what you're doing with your hand up. You're not even speaking. And he left. Luigi says he sees nothing. Lander then said Jagged Edge.
Oh, shit. Not even close.
Yeah, Lumber, is the band Faith No More?
You got it. You won.
Damn. All right.
Okay.
I will
Got
let
the
you know,
winner.
Lumber, I'm probably going to give this stonk to someone else, too.
Well, is it in the bubble? Did you
Hey,
tweet it in
Pickard.
the bubble?
I mean, I like kind of, I guess, put a second comment under the original comment.
Hey, Pickard, you can do a giveaway yourself this week with this stock that he gives you. But you officially won it. I just want to say thanks to y'all for coming up here. Sorry for doing a short space, and sorry for a day late and not having, the other account up here as well. But I just, I think it's important to keep the routine and keep rolling with everything. Neb, I'll let you speak real quick. I saw you put your hand up. You've had your hand up a million times. And you just left us here on red. So you got something to say.
Sorry,
go for
bro. I'm so sorry. My shit has been rugging this whole time. I've been driving. I've been trying to listen. I need new windshield wipers. It's a whole big thing. I was going to guess Jagged Edge. I was trying so hard, but I couldn't hear anything. I was trying so fucking hard. But hey,
you would have been wrong.
I would have been. Oh, sweet. I would have been wrong. Awesome. Thank you so much.
So you would have been wrong if that makes you feel better.
That makes me feel so much better, actually. But I was excited that we were doing a Saturday Wonky Space because I'm not working today, and it's a beautiful thing. But still, I wasn't able to make it here. Loving the community, and I'm proud to say that I picked up my second stonk Kaleo. I'm so excited about it.
Let's go.
So, let's
Love
go.
to hear it,
That's
man.
it.
Love to hear it.
Keep the vibes.
Hey.
Keep the vibes fresh. Keep it wonky. That's all I got, everybody.
Keep them rolling, y'all, and hold the fort down for me. I should be back pretty much full time by next Wednesday. It's when I'll be back from camp, and hopefully I'll. This is what my voice sounds like right now after 1.5 days. Like, imagine what it's going to be after a few more. So, pray for me. I got 3.5 hours of sleep last night. And that's like normal. I've got a bum ankle, dude. My ankle is so fat right now from spraining it again a few days ago. I walked 21,000 steps on it yesterday. But that's part of the sacrifice. You push through, make it work. Taught 2 high school kids how to swim for the first time, so that was fun. Little wins like that, always encouraging, building their confidence, seeing them, makes it worth it. So, either way, again, love y'all. We'll be back next week. Should be on Friday next week. And, Wonky Stonks are inevitable.
Have a good weekend, boys.
Take care.
Adios.